You lie to me. Cool, yeah.
First and foremost, free the whole world, boss. I am your gracious host, Caspian Montgomery. Welcome, Gaza Nation, to another episode of the Vybz Kartel Show. Today, we will be breaking down the brand new song, Like I'm Superman, to the patois illiterate, and I am very excited to finally be explaining the Vybz Sikka Rymes to Gaza Nation. I've been a fan of his for a long time, but as you know, I've only ever reviewed Vybz Kartel songs and Vybz Kartel songs with features, and with the exception of Sean Storm, because he is the most loyal soldier. So this is quite the treat for me, and the song is absolutely magnificent. So without further ado, Sikka Rymes, please begin.
Girl, me not go beat you for your fuck up ways. Just to make you go your ways before you make me show me tears. You never care no time I went and me show you me care. Me mother want me body bitchin' but me never hear.
The Vice President, Mr. Rymes, begins the first verse by letting us know that he's having quite a lot of trouble with a particular woman, and he starts off right away addressing her. He says that he is not going to beat her up for the messed up things that she has done to him in the past and the present. He's just going to say, let's split apart, let's just walk away from this whole situation, because it is obviously not working out between us. And then he reiterates that by saying that he doesn't even want to shed tears. He doesn't want her to see him, but this breakup is hurting him inside. And then he lets her know that he knew all along that she never cared for him. Every time that he showed her emotion and feelings, he could tell that she wasn't reciprocating them. And then he says, yes, there was other women that wanted his body. There were other women that wanted to be in a relationship with him, but he was never there because he was faithful to this woman that ended up backstabbing him. Very wonderful way to start this song.
She feel like some mood to make it out, but when me check it out, she never give a fuck about how me feel when she have another man a fuck her out. Tell me say she love me when she know she down.
Mr. Rymes, I must commend you on this song. It is only for the grown and mature people, and I believe there are so many people on earth that have been in these type of situations, so it resonates with me completely. But he begins by saying she feels that he wouldn't make it out, and then she actually has never actually cared about how he feels. I believe that she knows that he knows that she is sleeping with another man, but she believes that she can probably keep both of these men at the same time because she is a scandalous woman. And then she says that she loves him, she will always lie to him, but he knows that she does not love him, because if she did, she wouldn't be sleeping with that other man. So it is very powerful, these lyrics, and it is just quite the message. I hope everyone enjoys it as much as I do. And with that last line, we've reached the glorious chorus.
That's alright, don't worry about it. Remember me know you never love nobody. I'll be alright like I always been. I fuck them gyal like I'm Superman. Your body built from a supermodel. Sexy shape like a cola bottle. I'll be alright like I always been. I fuck them gyal like I'm Superman. Tell her no.
Our great Gaza leader then comes in with just an absolutely mind-blowing chorus. I do not know how one man contains this many voices. He's actually sounds like he's never DJ'd in his life in this chorus, and he is just an R&B crooner. It is just wonderful. But he says that it's all right. do not even worry about it. They are talking to the woman that has betrayed Sikka Rymes. Do not even worry about it, because remember, I know that you've never loved anybody. And I know there are men and women on earth that just do not have the capacity to actually love another person. And then he says, I will be your right like I've always been. I will always be there by your side. I will always be the right person for you. And then he says that when he has sexual relations with women, he does it just like Superman. So apparently Sikka Rymes is very good in the bedroom. And then he lets her know that Vybz Kartel is singing the chorus, but this is Sikka Rymes' song. But then he says that your body is built just like a supermodel. You have a sexy shape just like a Coca-Cola bottle. And who doesn't love a woman that is shaped like that? I mean, Jada Kingdom, Yannick the Curvy Diva does come to mind, and I do love them. And then he says again, I will be right like I've always been. And I just couldn't believe when this chorus came in with the beat. It is just soothing, and it is completely astounded me when I heard this. I love every single part about this song. This is absolutely one of my favorites in 2019, but I say that whenever I hear a new song practically, so don't trust me, listen for yourself.
Auntie, the same fuck but another day. Me know she ever man a text with story as a mother name. But I the fool me play, make she feel she win the game. Fuck her best friend and make she know so we think the same.
The Vice President, Mr. Rymes, begins the second verse addressing this woman, and it is just, I can't wait to explain this to you because this is a very deep verse. He says that we are still going through the same bullcrap, for a lack of better words. It's just another day, the same fights, the same things are happening. And then he says that he already knows that she has another man, but she's still trying to hide it. So in her phone, she's storing it as her mother's name. So it's very, very, very scandalous what this woman is doing. She just has no regard for anyone else's emotions. And then he says, but he will play the fool and make her think that she's winning the game. So he's playing what I like to call 5D chess. So he is playing the game and seeing where this outcome is, but he is already ahead of her in the mind games. And then he says, and that leads to this line, he ends up having sexual relations with her best friends, just to let her know that they think the same. They are playing on the same level. So she was the one who originally started cheating, and then he decided to get a little revenge, a little payback, and he had sexual relations with her best friend. Wow, this is getting very spicy.
Easy, me just a call, me never lose it. Why you want to use me? Can't play me like no loady. Money and car, that's how we roll like not the movie, but you rather be a next man groupie.
Sikka then lets her know that he is very cool. He's calm and collected. He never loses his temper, but he does want to know why this woman wants to use him. Why is she doing this? Because he is such a cool person. Why are you even playing these games? But then he says that you cannot play him like Ludi, which is the famous Jamaican game that I do hope to play someday, but you cannot play Sikka Rymes like a game of Ludi. And then he says, we were Bonnie and Clyde, we rolled just like the movie. So he does have some feelings for this woman. They have a great time when they are together, but she seems to just want to be unfaithful, and she might be the type of woman that really loves drama, and we all know women just like that. And then he says, you'd rather be the next man's groupie. So you'd rather just go with another man who is doing something else in life. It is just very unfortunate, and I believe we all have either been in this situation or know someone who was in this situation, so it is very sad. And with that last line, we have reached the glorious chorus once again.
That's alright, don't worry about it. Remember me know you never love nobody. I'll be alright like I always been. I fuck them gyal like I'm Superman. Your body built for a supermodel. Sexy shape like a cola bottle. I'll be alright like I always been. I fuck them gyal like I'm Superman. Tell her no.
I would like to take this time to big up Sikka Rymes. He has shown such growth since I first heard him, and I believe this is a great opportunity when you are posted on Vybz Kartel's when you're on his YouTube page. You will get a lot more listeners and a lot more fans, and I believe he does deserve it. I would also like to big him up for everything that he does for VK Records and for World Boss and his family. I would also like to big up all of Gaza Nation. We are having the greatest year musically that I believe. I don't even know he's running the airwaves. Are there any other DJs in Jamaica, unless they are Gaza Nation DJs? Those are the only people that are making songs. So big up yourself, Gaza Nation, and big up everyone in Gaza Nation. And it is actually very sad. It actually bothers me a lot that there is freedom hasn't come yet. It saddens me to my core because it is deserved. We all know they are innocent men, and I do not know why they are still keeping them in prison when they have families and lives and careers to get back to. So please, free the innocent Gaza.
She think me would alright. Fuck you and your wildlife. Me no want be part of it. Bitch, that gyal are too cold. So me plug her out, you know. Yeah, me the frosty witch.
Sikka Rymes begins the third and final verse by ending this love saga or this unfaithful drama story by telling her, you think that I would be alright with this situation that I'm currently in, but I am not. And then he says an expletive. He says, F you and your wild life. The life you are leading, it is not becoming of a woman. And then he says he does not want a part of it. So he's finally saying he is done with it. He gave it as much time as he possibly could. He gave his emotions and his feelings. None of it worked, so he's finally done with this woman. And then he says that her heart is too cold. And then I believe that he had his last sexual relations with her. That is the only time that her heart defrosts. She is just like a witch. She is cold-hearted. So he had sex with her one more time. That is the only time she ever probably shows any emotion whatsoever. And it is just such a sad story because he really did try to stay with this woman, to make it a relationship, to make something blossom and grow that was beautiful, but she continued to be unfaithful, and even the revenge with sex with her best friend, none of it stopped her. She continued on this path, so it is time for him to leave.
Yeah, we could have be friends, bestest of friends, but nobody in a way. Now the link in a star sing, so you want me to come back.
The Gaza vice president then ends this sad tale by saying he's dwelling over the past, and he said we could have been friends. We actually could have been the best of friends. We really had a great thing going, but this is now the end of our story together. And then there's a big plot twist at the very end, and I'm very happy about it. But he says now that he gets the link to more fame, more fortune, now he is blowing up. Now she wants to come back to him, and that is the sweetest revenge when you tried so hard and then you continued to work. You had a side hustle. You were always working. You finally make it, and now that woman sees what she lost and she wants to run back to you. But it is too late, woman. You were unfaithful. You were a downright, pardon my French, but you were a whore. And now you want Sikka Rymes back, but you will not get him. He has moved on. He has women that will treat him better. And with that last line, we've reached the end of Vybz Kartel and Sikka Rymes' masterpiece. Gaza Nation, as always, thank you for tuning in. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Please feel free to share this on other social media platforms, because this is how we grow the channel. And we are almost at 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. And once we hit 10,000 subscribers, then we will be able to unlock the next level of YouTube. So I can't wait for that day to happen, and it only can happen with the help of Gaza Nation. I will not take up any more of your time. So until we meet again, it is Gaza me say forever.